Good morning, everyone. We are Good Seven. My name is Li Chunming. Today we are talking about China and Japan working behavior, especially on the conflict resolution and negotiation. So you may ask, why this matter? In nowadays business world, knowing each other cultural background is very important. Like what time you will ask will what time is the yes meaning really the yes. And also uh, what time is the yes meaning agree. Also or also also important that in two different culture for the business having a long-term relationship is very important. To keep that relationship, you need to respect and knowing their culture to do that. So why we talk about China and Japan? Um, China is the second biggest economy, and we are in Hong Kong in China. Also, why we choose Japan? Because of Japan very close to China. They have many um, we we have many trading and communicate between this country. So this is important. Also, Japan was a second biggest economy too. So this is very important to know in that two country for this topic. We will using hosting culture dimension to expand the difference. And you can see here is a 6. And let's look about this graph. This is a culture compare in the cultural factor website. And here is show how different Japan and China are. You can see quite different on this country, but we will not saying this 6 in this percent because it's total will took some times. So we will only focusing on this 3 factor: power distance, individualism, and competitism, and uncertainty avoided. So let me talk about the power distance. So what is the power distance? Or especially in this graph, what is the power distance index? This is a score about the employee how they accept their boss have how many power. And to calculate that, basically have the 3 factor on inside. And how they fear their boss, how the boss are using, what's the style they are using, and what the employee think the boss have what style. You can see basically is this index basically is talk about how their how high their employee thinking the boss fear the boss. Also mean how the power distance between the employee and with their boss. So why there's different between the country of the power distance? Well, in Hofstein, both the culture comparison, I don't know how to spell, say that um, here's the graph from his book. And basically, the graph is saying there's so many, like weather, a popularity, geographic, so many will cause this have a different. So let's talk about why is what is Japan and China of the power distance. It's quite different. China have 18 and Japan have 54. And I quite shocked Japan is that low and China is that high, because if really say that China is too high than other B. So why I'm confusing, you can see China and Japan have a same, is a senior sphere, sphere, and they have a same cultural root, like respecting the age and ranking system, and working protocol, more like formal dress, formal work. Also, they are very loving to keeping others like people's faces. Like if you're doing something wrong, we will not talk out here. Maybe done or personal time, or even straight up not saying to you. But what what I'm finding really the difference is why there is a very high difference of the power distance. You see, China is the decision making is basically a top down, and all the decision from the leader and pass down to do the work. And this fast and very straightforward, also very popular around the world. What is But in Japan, they have their own system called Ringoshi. Basically, from middle, they will have a decision coming up, and they will need Masakashi, basically negotiation with different like um, other colleagues and the chief and even CEO. If the unofficial, if that unofficial negotiation is okay, then they will have a negotiate, and pass to their chief, up, bottom, up into the CEO. If all approve that, um, uh, then will be approved. So that's why I see the difference. You see, China is a basically a top down, and button employee cannot say, "Oh, this is wrong." They just send to the up, and Japan is a from mid up to the down. All the decision is from the mid, and the bottom employee can talk to their um, chief to change something or what. This is why I think one of the reasons why there is a partition between China and Japan. Although this say the difference in China and Japan, but this is not all reason why the have a very large difference. Like host team have said this so many like weather geography popular. Also maybe have China and Japan different will be like communism and capitalism and the history and politics history like more accept the West, and Japan will more accept the West and China will not due to the history, due to some history. Um, this is why I think not just the decision style will cause the partisan. So I will give it to my next person, let him to introduce himself.